had a couple of days of heavy rain, but fingers crossed, looks as though the sun's coming out, because today we're off to the Malvern Autumn Show. 2019 marks the 25th anniversary of the Malvern Autumn Show. I've probably attended around 20 of these, and during that time I've seen the show evolve and grow into what it is today. The Orchard Pavilion is a great place for any gardeners interested in fruit trees, orchard or cider and perry making. This year saw an impressive world record display of 113 perry pear varieties. As usual, the RHS flower tent had around 40 nurseries, all staging lovely displays for so late into the season. New for this year is the Malvern Gin Show. 14 producers had their stands promoting their product, and in the centre of it all was the gin pod. This hosted a number of talks and demonstrations over the weekend.
So someone's tried it, this seems to work.
Is it like a gin Bible book?
There probably is. There's Bible written about everything, isn't there? This is the definitive guide.
The Harvest Pavilion houses the grow for show entries. Lovely cut flowers of chrysanthemums, dahlias and gladioli, as well as cacti and succulents. The National Vegetable Society hosts the championship, and this attracts many types of vegetables, all in pristine condition. Regular viewers to the channel will know that I've got an allotment, and quite a few other people have. There's a society out here called the National Allotment Society, which doesn't seem to get broadcast very much about what it does. With me I've got Colin Smith, and he's going to give us a brief explanation of what's involved. Thanks for talking to us, Colin.
That's quite all right.
Just explain what is the National Allotment Society?
The National Allotment Society really is set up to protect allotments.
Yeah.
This is one of the main problems these days. We have a legal department for members. Okay. We have advice. We do a quarterly magazine, and new to this one is free allotmenteers liability insurance.
Right. So any site that's going self-managed obviously needs to provide
Well, yeah,
insurance.
but they have to obviously be members
Yes.
before they can do that. We have a run a seed scheme.
Okay.
With
Is that
King-
heritage?
No, it's Kings.
Okay, yeah.
Completely with Kings
Yeah.
on there. You can get a free sowing and growing calendar from them.
And now you find in there, because I heard all these stories of people where the land's being reclaimed by different councils and stuff like that, and the allotments are being turfed out
Yeah.
and building. Is this a common practice?
The trouble is with a lot of these allotments, especially in these villages,
Yeah.
where the lord of the manor gave it to the poor,
Yes.
and the council grabbed it, and there's no legal documents
statutory rights.
handing over the to the village.
Yeah.
This is a problem to get, which they can't do. Also, we have, as I say, the legal department, which will pursue any problem. If it's a statutory allotment,
Yes.
you have to apply to the Ministry of Environment,
Okay.
and they have to provide you with a new site. You've got to find your hands, but at least you can.
You haven't lost all your road.
No.
So I noticed you've got a website here, the National Society of Allotments.
Yeah.
I'll put a link down the bottom so you can click on it if you want to have a further look.
Yeah.
And you say it's an annual membership, Colin?
Yes. As an individual, you can join.
Yes.
Which is £24 per annum.
Could an allotment site have?
Yes. Yeah. We have a special offer at the moment, which I can give you
Okay. I'll put the details on.
a card for, which you can get 10% off
Right.
because you visited the show.
Yes. All right. You have the details there. I'll put the details.
Yeah,
on
you
the-
can.
Yeah.
We also have a allotment advisors, who will
Okay.
come out and advise people about allotments. I don't think there's much else we
Well,
can
that's
tell you
a
about
fair
it.
few lot to go on with. So, as I say, I'll put all the links underneath, and if you've got any issues, either send it back to me, or I'm sure there'll be a link on the website where you can contact them.
Yes,
One of the guys will have
You
that.
see the main offices at Corby.
Okay.
We're local. We're
But
Cheltenham.
it's a national.
Oh yes. And we're local. We come from Cheltenham. We're the Cheltenham Allotment Association. We are.
That's good to hear. Thanks very much for your time, Colin. Nice to meet you.
That's all right.
Thank you very much. Regular viewers of the channel, you may recall a couple of episodes ago I featured the guy on our site who did a basic watering system with capillary matting it proved quite effective. I'm here now at the Malvern Autumn Show, and we're at the auto pot system here. This is like a commercial system which is very effective. Fortunate to bump into the owner who's going to spend us a few minutes describing the system, how it works.
Oh, nice to meet you, Nigel.
How do you do? Thanks very much for spending the time.
No worries.
Basically, then, can you just give the viewers a quick insight into how your system works?
Yeah, so how it works, it's a gravity-fed system. So in layman's terms, you have a reservoir of water connected via a network of pipe, and the main product that's patented with all our systems is an aqua valve. This aqua valve sits in each tray, so it has to be one valve per tray, and then via a series of pipe work you connect it to the reservoir. And what this does, it floods the tray to 20 millimetres, stops, and the plants sitting in the tray drink all the water, and then when the water's been consumed by the plants, then the valve will know to reopen again within half an hour to an hour. So it's just gravity.
It's like a posh ball cup, in effect.
It's a posh ball cup, but what a ball cup does, it self-levels.
Right.
Whereas this floods to 20 millimetres, then completely drains.
So it's a flood and drain.
It's a flood and drain system in accordance to the plants.
And how about the growing substrate and media? What the grow plants?
Ideal substrate. I'm a big believer that plants like moisture and air and warmth. So ideally, substrates that we recommend for autopot are free draining. So a good example is a good quality soil mixed with a percentage of perlite to open it up and make the air there
Would you
available.
suggest something like Koya or something like Cocoa?
Koya, you can use Koya. I mean, we've grown in crushed coral on the beaches, from the beaches of Thailand. We've grown in pumice stone, we've grown in rice husk, we've grown in plant reeds. I've grown in lots of different substrates. At the end of the day, roots just need to anchor onto something, the food and the moisture needs to be there.
And regarding this system, is there any limit to how many pots we can run off it?
Not at all, no. You can either, if you're Mr. and Mrs. Jones at home, you can grow 2 tomato plants, or if you're a big commercial grower, many hectares, you can grow hectares and hectares of tomatoes or cucumbers.
And this just runs off a basic tank?
Yeah, the larger the system, obviously, the larger the tank. You can, if you want to, have an automatic dosing system, or if you're a big commercial grower, that will automatically dose a large reservoir of water, and then the gravity will feed to the plants.
So you feed actually into the reservoir?
Yeah, you always add the feed into the reservoir, yeah. I mean, you could, if you wanted to, you could put time-release fertiliser in your pots and just feed water, but by having a liquid fertiliser in your reservoir, then you've got more control of what you feed in your plants.
And the other thing is, what about the risk of any pipe blocking or something?
What we do, we recommend that you have a tap at the end of your pipe work, so that you can flush your pipes either once a week or every 2 or 3 days into a jug, run it clean of any sediment. But it's also depending on what fertiliser you use. Some fertilisers are cheap and cheerful. If you pay cheap and cheerful, then you obviously have potential salt dropout and things like that. But use a good quality fertiliser and you flush the lines on a regular basis, you'll be fine.
Now, for the sake of the viewers, what's interesting, have you got a website that could pop on and have a look?
Yeah, the website in the UK is www.autopot.co.uk. In the US, it's www.autopot-usa.com. And in Canada, it's www.autopot-canada.com. And in Spain, www.autopot.
So it's a global.
It's a globe. We supply about 63 countries around the world.
I notice a lot of the big growers actually using this.
A lot of people seem to be jumping on it, the MBS members, and we've had a lot of winners this weekend of leeks, tomatoes, cucumbers, giant veg growers, all using Autopot, and it's quite surprising being here that a lot of people have actually turned up and said, actually, we're using your system already, and I've just come here to buy more. So obviously the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks very much for your time.
No problem at all.
Nice to meet you.
Cheers, Nigel.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Thank you.
The highlight of the show for me was to visit the tent housing the National Giant Vegetable Championship, sponsored by Canna. It has classes of both longest and heaviest vegetables. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did being there. It was a fantastic weekend. It was tiring, but thoroughly enjoyable. I think during the course of the couple of days I took about 160 video clips plus a lot of stills. That does take a fair chunk out of your time, but nevertheless it was well worth it. I've edited it down to what you've just seen, and unfortunately not everything makes the video, but it's keeping it to a reasonable time which is watchable, so that's the way it goes, unfortunately. I did catch up with quite a few other YouTubers along the way as well. Some I took a few photographs. I'll put a little slides up or pictures here you'll see along the way. It was I'd also like to say a thank you to the people that come up and says hello and that they watch the channel. It's really nice to put a face to names that you see regular in the comments field, so a big thank you to all those who did that. I do appreciate it. Mick Portney got in touch before, and I met up with him on the Sunday. He asked me if I'd take a photograph of a gathering in the joint veg tent of the joint veg growers, and to say that was a bit pandemonium, just to put it mildly, but there's probably a picture or so out on the various social media sites at the moment, but I'll add it on to here also as well. But that was a bit of fun. It was nice to catch up with a lot of people as well. I'd heard names of, but didn't know where they were. On the Sunday, the show organisers decided to close the show 1 hour earlier than advertised, and this was due to adverse weather and high winds coming in, and that's another reason I didn't film an outro, so that's why this is like this is. But all was not lost. On the way out, I caught up with Nick from MuddyBootz Allotment again, and we managed to find a watering hole still open as we was making our way to the car park, and so we took full advantage of it. That's about it for this one. So see you in all soon. See you in the next one. Bye for now.